Ayanda.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright as well.
Okay. So, guys, we are officially starting the interview actually. Thank you so much for joining us. The one I'm sitting with today is Ayanda Funda. I'm sorry I made a mistake on the post that I posted earlier during the week. I wrote Funda. It's actually Funda. She's the current current president of the what is called of the Golden Key UFS chapter, and she's here to tell us everything that we need to know about Golden Key. So feel free to drop your questions while we're doing the session, and I can always refer her to answer that. So you're formally welcome to 4TV live on Instagram, Ayanda.
Hi Lula. I hope you're well as well. Thank you so much for that introduction.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So I'm sure that some of our viewers are just wondering what is Golden Key. Can you please just tell us a little bit about Golden Key and your role within Golden Key?
Uh, Okay, so hi guys. Golden Key is an international collegiate honor society. Golden Key honors basically the top 15% students of each faculty, or alternatively, students who qualify using the eligibility test with the minimum average of 65% could also be eligible to become Golden Key members. Golden Key is the largest international honor society, and the pillars of Golden Key are academics, leadership, and service. So basically, I'm the president of Golden Key in my chapter, which means that in my branch, meaning the UFS branch, when they say chapter, they mean branch. In the UFS chapter, we typically have like an association of some sort. It's sort of like an organization. We typically host events. Each and every chapter hosts their own unique events. You have leaders within the institution who host. I don't know. Recently, we hosted a mind, body, and soul event where there was painting, vision board, stuff, and so our events are mostly educational, but some of them can be fun, encourage networking, raising awareness about Golden Key. And then we also host a new members recognition ceremony. We, as the chapter of our branch, host that event. Then we get the GKSA come through as guests, basically. So what each chapter does is we adhere to what GKSA says. So we receive instructions from them. We also get a set budget for our events. So yeah, that's mostly how it goes with Golden Key. But we do have executive committee positions, as you say. I'm the president. We do have our secretary, our this, our that. If you see any member wearing the uniform on campus and you have a question about Golden Key, you can also approach them. They can help you with whatever problem you are facing, or if basically you want to help out with community service or the events that we host, you can do that also. So I'm not
So,
sure if you understand where I'm going.
yes, I
There's
do
something like
understand you.
that.
So, in terms of helping out, like you just mentioned right now, if someone wants to help out, do they necessarily have to be a member of Golden Key, or do they just can join and help out without having to be a member?
So one of our pillars as Golden Key is service. So we would really appreciate it if you come and say, listen, can I please volunteer to help on this particular initiative? Or, I'd like to help out on some events. What can I do? Then the president or the executive committee in your chapter can say, listen, we need help with this. Can you please help us with that? Or alternatively, what most people do is they apply for subcommittee positions, and then they can help in that respect after being accepted as a subcom. Others go directly into being an executive committee member. I think they apply roughly September, October, depending on your chapter, but that's how you can go about being involved in Golden Key.
Oh, okay. That's quite interesting. Thank you so much. So someone wrote something that I think Amahle, they wrote that in 2021 and 2022, they were part of Golden Key campaign, but they didn't know how it works, so they decided to ignore it. So I'm thinking
Um,
that Ama really wants to know more about how Golden Key works, maybe in terms of the benefits of being a Golden Key member, and yeah, all the details like that.
okay. So we have a lot of benefits as Golden Key, and I think what Amakle wants to know is how can I get involved? How can I utilize these benefits? So Golden Key offers quantifiable benefits, which entails that you yourself need to go on the Golden Key website and utilize those resources yourself. If we host webinars of some sort, you need to go and actually apply for them. So, just in broad view of the benefits, number one benefits, you can become a leader of Golden Key like me. You have an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity of also traveling because last year, Crystal, we donated some food,
Mm-hmm.
stationery to students. So, being part of the leadership or being part of the leadership sector of Golden Key is really, well, has really been beneficial for me. Also, in terms of applying to different companies, I mean, when you write Golden Key, it speaks character. It not only says that you're a top performing student, but it also says that you have leadership attributes. You say that I'm a hardworking person. It doesn't just come out of your
Mm-hmm.
mouth, but it speaks through. No, as Golden Key, I was given this particular task and I handled it in this way. So they can see your character through. And then the other benefit of Golden Key, we do have Golden Key scholarships that you can apply for. They typically open. So I would advise that please follow your chapter on your social media platform. Please follow GKSA on your social. Please also read your emails because we do send emails. You can apply for those scholarships. Some, if you're fortunate, they send the money directly to your account. So you can
Oh,
use
that's
it for
great.
educational stuff or other things.
Other
And then the other one,
benefits.
which is very important for me, the other one which is important for me is GK Academy. Like
Mm-hmm.
short courses, they get certificates for some courses. This can also be beneficial in terms of upgrading your CV. Let's say you have a short course in, I don't know, mentoring, for example. When you go for an
Mm-hmm.
interview or when applying for a job, you are better qualified than the next law student. You don't just come with an LLB degree you're doing. You come with something additional that I was doing this. Apart from school, I was busy with this and
Mm-hmm.
that. It gives you a forefront and it makes you more employable compared to other people. And then other benefits, I wrote them here, so don't mind me looking that way. We have Puzzle of My Life. You get free counseling. Your first session is free. If you're struggling with
Mm-hmm.
mental health of some sorts, you can get in touch with Puzzle of My Life and they will help you. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have Talent Go. Perhaps you're looking for a psychometric test or you want to find yourself or some sorts, you can take those talent assessments. I think they give you in terms of that, probably they give you like 800 Rand. And then if you want to go
Mm-hmm.
for further testing, you will pay on your own. Have the Kama GK generator. If you're struggling to draft a CV, you can utilize that and it can help you formulate a nice, beautiful CV so you're more employable. Then there are mentoring awareness programs that you can, programs that I also mentioned before. Yeah, they just help you be a better mentor. They just help you cultivate your leadership
Mm-hmm.
basically. And yeah, man, those quantifiable benefits are worth 21,674. So please, guys,
And
go
you're
out there,
actually
use
getting them for
them.
free.
Yeah, they're actually
So,
free.
and I think
Right?
that's another aspect that a lot of students don't understand, because whenever they receive an email, I've had some students come to me and be like, in terms of Golden Key, they make us pay for everything, even the short courses, they're making us pay for that. But then when reading the email, you see that they mention something that, okay, fine, the course is going to cost you 270, but it's valued at 5,800. So I'm thinking that's important for students to know, that the cost is, you're getting, it's almost like you're getting it for free, because it's, the value is now lowered because you are part of Golden Key.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
another thing that I think students also want to know is, why pay the 700? Why pay that 770 to join? Why is it important for them to pay that money?
I think we have a lot of partnerships with other people. For example, that Puma CV generator. As Golden Key, we also need to pay them. And also, Golden Key also needs to outsource that money to the different chapters. That's why it's very important to engage with your chapter, because they host events that are targeted at you. Let's say we have to host a new members recognition ceremony. We need to pay for the decorations, the flowers, it's sort of like a graduation ceremony of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So during graduation, people would typically pay 500 or whatever amount they have to pay. With GK, we have to encompass that 750 with the events that we also host for your benefits. If perhaps we have a community service event, you can also engage, you can travel with us to Bloom Shelter, to wherever we are going. So that is um, yeah, and basically your chapters also need things like tablecloths, banners, just to raise more awareness to other students. So that's why that money is typically going. Right now, we're also working on more collaborations. We're also planning on collaborating with a bank. So I think it helps in essence of that, because what Golden Key is also trying to do is that if perhaps you, Lula, you want to work for Sanlam, and
Mm-hmm.
Sanlam is an affiliate of Golden Key, you will take preference.
Oh,
So what we do
yes,
as
yes,
Golden
because they are
Key,
in partnership
we
with
have
them. Yeah.
to, yeah, and that's what Sanlam wants to know. How can we benefit from Golden Key? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why most of our benefits, they're discounted, because other companies are like, hey, we can't just give and give. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's where the money goes in essence. Is there anything that I'm missing? I think you asked an additional question.
No, that's all I wanted to know. I just want us to go back, to reverse back to something that you mentioned. So you said there are two ways in which you can become part of Golden Key. There is that thing of you getting an invite, because it even says it's by invite only. And there's also another way of applying. This second way, can you please explain it to?
So basically, yes, you're right. Typically, every year, I think from June, actually from March till June, you should expect invites after completing your first year of study. So you can start receiving the invite from your second year of studying.
Mhm.
So basically, some students, when they applied to the institution, they requested that they don't want any advertisement. Have you ever seen that option? Do you want advertisements? Yes or no? So you
I don't
get some
remember
really
seeing
top
it.
of, yeah, but when we apply, typically we do get that. So the institution wants
Mhm.
to respect your privacy. Hence, Golden Key cannot send you an invite if you don't want any additional sources apart from the institution. It's very
Mhm.
important to know that Golden Key is a separate entity from the institution. So the university cannot go over your privacy and do things, you see. So there are top performing students who still have not got that email. So
Um,
as Golden Key, what we did was we organized an eligibility test. So what this eligibility test does is that if perhaps you have a minimum of 65% and above,
mm,
you can apply for that eligibility test. I think you can find it on www.goldenkey.org just to see if you're eligible. You apply, they'll ask you a number of questions. They will also ask you to send in your academic transcript. And then if you do that, you will get an SMS saying, congratulations, you are now a member of Golden Key. They'll give you a portal where you can pay, or you can also buy these label pins.
mhm, mhm.
So yeah, they give you those kind of options. So that eligibility test is just to accommodate people who didn't get that email but are top performing students.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it also cater, that criteria, does it also cater for universities that don't have Golden Key Charter at their universities. Because if I'm not mistaken, I did some research, and not all universities, especially University of Technologies in South Africa, not all of our universities have that have golden key within the university. So can students from those type of universities then go on the website and check if they are eligible and hopefully become part of golden key?
So I'm not entirely sure if they're allowed to, but I do know that Golden Key this year is trying its best to get to other institutions as well. Golden Key is recognized in, I think, 19 institutions, and also a private institution, I think it's Varsity College, that is also
Mhm.
affiliated with Golden Key. So I'm not entirely sure if other students from other universities that don't have Golden Key allowed to. I will check on that, however. But yeah, mm, maybe you can try and just send them an email and say, look, I'd like to become a member of Golden Key. I'm from CUT. Is
Mhm.
it possible? Then they will come back with a response because, as I've said, we do get instructions from GKSA. They're the ones who approve everything. They're the ones who allow things. So, yeah, I'm not well acquainted with that question.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned law as an example. I just want to know if those students from those other universities that don't have a golden key, they have to be aware of certain courses that they are doing, or as long as you are at a university institution studying towards any course, you can actually qualify for golden key. You can apply for golden key. Because maybe other
As
students be
long
like,
as
no, because I'm doing education, maybe that's why I didn't receive an invite. Maybe it's for people who are doing maybe your law, or maybe who are doing something in the humanities, stuff like that. I just want to know, is it like um cost specific, or it's for everyone?
So basically, Golden Key is for everyone. Hence, we recognize top performing students in each faculty. So even if you're a postgraduate student, as long as you are assigned under a certain faculty, then yes, you can be eligible to get that email or to apply for membership. Yes.
Oh, that's great news. So what happens with a very, very smart student who gets invited first year, and then they, because of their first year results, and then they qualify again, and then they get an invite? Do they pay the 770 again, and do they get to become reapply to be a member, and how long does the membership last?
So basically, Golden Key is a lifetime membership. And if you're a member of Golden Key, you can also be recognized internationally because Golden Key is an international association. You can go to America, Australia, and be recognized. So, in terms of people who get an invite every year, if you join Golden Key once in your second year, you join or you're a permanent Golden Key member. So it's a lifelong membership with Golden Key. It doesn't expire for as long as you're a member of Golden Key. Once you don't have to pay again. So if you get the email again, it just means that you're a top performing student again, but you don't have to pay it again. If you do pay it, I think you're eligible to get a refund, but you don't have to pay it again. You just pay it once and you get those lifelong benefits. Even if you're
Because I
40 and you're not in school anymore, you can utilize those benefits still.
can still do those short courses at a very low price. Actually,
Yes.
that is great. So Amahle is engaging a lot. Thanks for that. So she wanted to know, where can they access Golden Key offices on campus? I'm thinking she's a UFS student.
So basically, because Golden Key is an association, we don't have an office on campus. But you can email us, you can DM us on Instagram. Or EC members are students as well. So because there are like 86 associations on campus, it would be unfair for Golden Key to be the only association that has an office. That's the reason why we don't have an office on campus. Should you need any, you can DM GKUFS, you can email us. Yes, that's it.
Okay. I think Amanda is answered. If there are any more questions, please guys send them through, because we invited Ayanda here, the president. She has all the answers you need to, all the answers to the questions that you have. And I'm actually thinking that you spoke about the recognition ceremony. So how does that work? Because other people are excited and
So,
myself, I'm always excited for an event. How does it work?
so let's say they give you a set date. You'll see that your email have an expiration date saying that you have until the 28th of July to join as Golden Key,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's say before or the email March and you joined on the 31st of March within record time, within the that they give you. You will receive another email saying that, hey, you are invited to the Golden Key new members recognition ceremony. Is RSVP. So you yourself have to say, oh, okay, I'm going to be coming with two guests. You mention. And then we will send you probably a seat allocation saying that, yeah, you will sit here on this particular day. Yeah, that's how it
Oh,
goes. It's actually quite simple.
but
As long as you
and it
join Golden
does.
Key in record time.
Okay.
Sorry?
So record time is when exactly?
Your email will
It
come with
depends
the
on the
date
email
saying
that
that
you
you,
receive.
yes. It will typically tell you
Oh,
on the
okay.
31st of July, it's your last day to pay.
Oh, okay. Because the reason why I'm
And
asking,
for
I do
those
think it's a
who,
little bit. Oh, sorry. Continue.
sorry,
You
I
may
just wanted to
continue.
say for those who the whole eligibility testing thing, for
Mm-hmm.
as long as you pay before the 31st of August, you can come to the NMRC.
Oh, okay.
They
Which
will
is
also send you
great.
an email the way they send the ones with the invitations and email.
And then with regards to the event, you also get invited, or you have to check on your website by yourself. You have to log in and check, or they just send invites to everyone. Like they send information regarding maybe some of the courses.
So, with regards to some of the benefits of Golden Key, typically most emails that we send, they also have side of Golden Key. You yourself can engage on that website, like I don't know what to mention, like and like that's how you can engage. You can just see the different logos of different companies. When you click on them, they will show you the benefit, how you can. If you struggle perhaps to utilize it, you can also send us an email or
Mm-hmm.
you can DM us on Instagram. We will help you. Yes. But
Oh,
mostly,
okay,
most
that's
of the
great.
things are self-explanatory there. They are big, involved, more understandable, yes.
As big and bold. Yeah, so even those who wear glasses, they'll be able to see that. If they're having problem with
Yeah,
anything, they'll be able to read that. So I'm thinking what I was hinting at was you mentioned you had an outreach program. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? So how do those work and how often do you guys have outreach programs like that one?
so typically with different chapters, we will have like a year plan. Sometimes the year plan changes, let's say perhaps there's a strike, we can't hold the event that was scheduled this week, we can only hold it that other week. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
happens. Each and every chapter has their own calendar. We don't typically distribute the calendar with everyone because sometimes, things can happen, the event would have to be cancelled, postponed, and so forth. So, with our
Mm-hmm.
events from my chapter, we'll post it on our social media platforms. We'll also post it on some of the notice boards at school, so people must just be on the lookout for those. That's how we get people to come to our events. We also do have a group chat where we post like some of the events that will be happening. Perhaps if we have a hiking event, it's a first come first serve type of thing. You buy your ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in different
So in
chapters
terms
it
of the
works
group,
differently. Sorry.
mm-hmm. In terms of I'm saying in terms of the group that you have at UFS, is it like a WhatsApp group and do you guys send links to students or students have to request to join? How does that work?
From my chapter specifically, we also have a link, I think, in our bio on Instagram that will take you directly to the group chat. So we send posters on the group chat saying that, hey guys, come to this particular event. We're hosting this. Yeah, as I said, we also post posters on campus. That's typically what we do.
So, what are the social media platforms that your chapter utilizes?
Mostly we utilize Instagram. We also have Facebook. We have Twitter, but we are not so active on Twitter because, yeah, it's a lot. We do have a YouTube channel. We're also not really frequent on that. It is a bit of a challenge, honestly, because the PR marketing have a lot of work.
Mm.
But yeah, we also do have that. We recently got a TikTok account. Um, yeah, and we typically mostly use email and Instagram.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking with in terms of some of the events that you guys have will be posting. That's why I thought it was beneficial to ask which kind of social media platforms that you guys utilize, because some people are more on Facebook than they are on Instagram. So if they know that you have like a Facebook account, then it's easier for them to connect with you on Facebook than it is for them to communicate with you on Instagram. And right now, as we're having this interview, I'm also going to post it on YouTube so that those people who don't have Instagram, because not everyone has an Instagram account, no matter regardless of how popular it is, so that they can access it from the YouTube. So it does help to have like a variety of social media accounts so that people can get it from where they want it best. I don't know, whatever app they prefer. So thank you. You have occupied some other leadership roles. I'm thinking it would be the worst thing for us to do to let you go without giving us some tips on how to be great leaders in our own leadership roles that we are occupying wherever we are at. So some tips on leadership and perhaps some last words if you haven't covered everything that's on your side you had prepared for us today.
Okay, so let me just start on how I got into leadership. So basically in high school, I was a very, yes, I'm extroverted, but I was a very reserved person. You know, I didn't want to participate in things. I thought people who participated in things are nerds or, you know, I was in my rebel era, you know, and it really hurt me during matric. You know, some people would have these well decorated blazers, and I didn't have anything on my blazer. I didn't even have academics. I didn't care about school. I went to school for vibes.
Mm,
So I didn't do as well as I wanted to in my matric year, which resulted me upgrading my marks. Because 2019, when everyone went to university, I personally didn't get accepted to the course that I wanted, the university that I wanted. So it just took that hurt for me to realize that I need to change my mindset.
mm,
So when I got in my first year of study, I actually saw people walking around with blazers. And basically, I wanted to network with the right group when I got
mm.
to university. So I was afraid of actually approaching them and say, hi, which association are you in? And to those that I did approach, they were, what do you call this? Residence RCs, residence
Oh yeah, house
councils. And
committees. Mm,
yes, yes. So I wasn't staying on campus, so I couldn't partake in those. So what I did was I went on Instagram and I
mm,
searched all the associations from my institution and I found a lot of them. And what I did was I DM'd the leaders. I was like, hey, I'm motivated by you. Hey, yeah, is there anything that I can do? How can I get involved? Like I had
mm,
that enterprising personality. I wanted to know, I wanted to be like them, you know. I wanted to stand out. Yeah. So a lot of them were like, hey, yeah, you can apply for this subcommittee, you can apply for that, you can apply for
mhm.
that. So I actually took the initiative to say, okay, I'm gonna do this. You know, I applied for as many. I think I applied for like 10 positions at the time. I got accepted to few, eh? Yo. I didn't know how to draft a CV back then, so it was very, very
So
embarrassing
just
for me. Yeah, this is where Golden Key came in handy because I utilized that through my CV generator,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Mm-hmm.
helped me generate and compile a CV for me. And I also learned from that you don't have to incorporate work experience like actual work. You can incorporate things like I played netball, I
Mm-hmm.
was the head girl in my institution. So yeah, I learned a lot from that. So yeah, that's how I actually found out about Golden Key. So when the time came, I think it was October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was this other girl. Her name was, I forgot her name, but she really motivated me. Her name was Nadia Zamini. Yes, I wanted to be like her, and I started basically being her. Hey, can I volunteer here? Can I do this? And she was like, yeah, you can come through to this event, and see. So that's how I got into Golden Key. Because the following year, when I received my invitation, I'm like, girl, I'm
This
smart.
I've wanted towards this.
And I realized that, hey, in high school, it wasn't because, it was just the attitude that I had to change. It was the friends that I had to change.
Mm.
So, yes, I applied for my subcommittee in Golden Key. I think it was 2021. And I was also a Golden Key member. So, it was really nice.
Mm.
The goal was to be a professional development director. I love
Within the
learning
Golden Key
about.
space.
Yes, in my institution, we have these different portfolios, but I wasn't
Okay.
thinking that I could be president at the time. In my head, presidency is for people who are on the dean's list, people who are extremely smart.
Mm.
Then I'm not an A student, I was
Mm.
like, no, that's too big, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Yeah, so I applied. I was in the professional development subcommittee in 2021, yes. And I was also in another association called Motivation Beyond Words. I was part of subcommittee for the Law Student Council, PR marketing offers, first years in academics. Yeah, I did a lot. um,
You were
so,
involved. You were making up for the
yeah,
times of your
I
days when
was.
you were not involving yourself.
Yeah, and I think another thing, I was very lonely because I didn't have friends. People who come here at university, some of them are from the same town, people come here already knowing each other. And I was just that black brown sheep in class, can't talk, you know.
True.
So this was an opportunity for me to get in the group, to network with other students. So it was really fun
Like-minded
for me.
students.
Yeah, Golden Key students, yes, they go out, they go clubbing, but when it's time to study, they really put in the hours.
Mm.
So yeah, I made friends with a few really intelligent people. They really pushed me to where I am today because when I see them doing good, when I see them taking the risks, I also believe that okay, I can do this. It's
True.
not for exclusive people. This whole thing of only smart people can accomplish this and I can't. I limited
Mm-hmm.
myself for a very long time, and maybe this is why I didn't get most things that I wanted to get at the time because I knew I wanted a lot of things. And in law, when you apply to law firms, you're supposed to apply in your second year of study. I was like, people are applying there on the dean's list. I'm not going to apply.
Mm.
That's what I said. I limited myself a lot. So 2020, which was last year, so I was elected as the secretary of my chapter. I jumped from the lower structure to the upper structure.
Mm.
Yeah. So I served, and I also got awards, two awards, a Campus Awareness Award and the Above and Beyond Award. I really love leadership. I don't know. I'm very passionate about it.
And
I love
congratulations
hosting
on your
events.
awards.
No, thank you. Yeah, but leadership is my passion. If you know me, I'm a person who likes to work with physical things. Like when I'm studying, I feel like I'm not making a difference. But with Golden Key, it just gave me the opportunity to be things that I love, like professional development. I love teaching people about this is how you wear at work, this is how you present yourself. Also,
Mm.
community service. We do have a community service portfolio. If you want to do community service, you can give back to people. And then we have a personal development portfolio. Focuses on mental health, just bringing out bringing out the character in you. And then we have other portfolios. We have PR and marketing. We have the fundraising
Mhm.
portfolio. It's really nice. So initially, I was appointed as the vice president. I applied for
Mhm.
presidentship, and the reason behind that, I wanted to become president in my final year because this year I'm doing my fourth year. So next year is my final year.
Mhm.
So it happened that the president at the time, she resigned. So then I was appointed as the president. Yeah, I didn't think I was ready, honestly. Like I was like, these shoes are too full, so I'm not
Mhm.
ready. Until I actually got to be a president. Yes, it is tough, Do get a lot of sleepless nights. There are days where I'm typically focusing on leadership and totally
More than you
balancing.
are on your
So
academics.
yeah, that's how difficult it is because you can imagine people texting you, calling you in the middle. Um, this is the last day for me to join. I'm worried I won't be invited to the NMRC. Can you help me? And then they're like,
Mhm.
yo, girl, good morning. So yeah, it does take from that, but other than that, it's very rewarding. I mean, let me just say, I've been shortlisted in three top law firms already, mostly because
That's great. That's
parents.
good news, actually.
Yeah,
Please be my
because
lawyer.
I'm not smart. Don't worry, I got you. Because like I'm not smart. I'm not an A student. I've never been invited to the dean's list. Yes,
Mm.
I got a merit badge my second year, but I'm not I'm not that girl, that flies flying colors and no. I
I
do
do get
honestly
your
work hard and
point.
I
I
am
think
passionate
you're
about
putting
law.
Oh, I'm saying
Sorry?
I think I do get your point because other people will be like, no, you got invited to Golden Key, you're so smart. Stop saying you're not smart because you're being all modest. But I do get the emphasis that you're putting on hard work because it really does pay. And it's good to know what societies are out there or what benefits do you get with getting these good marks and this much skills. Because it's not only about getting good marks, it's also adding to the skills. And you have added to yours with the leadership. And of course, with all this leadership experience, Vele firms would be fighting for you and saying, no, the student, she's focused, the focused hand.
Well,
No, I really appreciate it.
since I've been exploring all these, I've been made aware of very important things actually. Most companies aren't looking for students that are extremely intelligent. Like, because when you're extremely intelligent, it just says that you can take a book, study, write an exam, pass it. So, what law firms are basically looking for, they're all round students. They want to know that you can be given a task, you can do it on time, you're disciplined, you're resilient. They want to know character. So, when you perhaps get into leadership, it speaks to you as a person, as opposed to just being book smart. Because one
Mm,
thing I can tell you, most people who just focus they struggle when they get to the workplace because you don't know what it means to work with people. You don't know what it means to have deadlines, to host this event on time, need to have a meeting
mm,
with, you don't even know how to hold a meeting. So when you participate in leadership, it
it
prepares you
prepares
for
you.
different personalities, different characters, because being the president, you find this one, she was raised like this, so this is not disrespectful for her, it's disrespectful to them. You
Mm,
learn conflict resolution, you learn things like how to draft a code. I mean, I've had to speak to sponsors like big companies like Checkers, Macro. So you learn those leadership things. Also, I also appreciated being recognized internationally because apart from Golden
mm.
Key, I was also the vice president of um, FALAS, which is known as the Federation of African Law Students. It's just nice being recognized over South Africa.
You know,
Mm.
it's nice. So I would encourage
And
everyone,
I think
actually,
that
even
also, sorry, I think that also speaks to us not limiting our dreams, because we shouldn't dream small scale, man. We should dream international dreams,
yes,
fight to get that. Because other people, you find that they are complaining that there are no job opportunities here in South Africa, but of course there is a like you are in demand in a specific country, ne? But then another thing is people are limiting themselves. They just want to fight for the space that is here and not fight for like space somewhere else also.
true. Because, like, if you limit yourself, people don't see you. So if you apply to Golden Key, apply to FALAS, apply to that, you are putting yourself in a space where recruiters can see you. Because recruiters won't go to the University of the Free State and say, "Hi, I'm looking for 5 students." But if you go to say you go to company like Checkers and you say, "Hi, I'm from the University of the Free State. I'm looking for a sponsorship." Already you're making connections.
Mm.
Already you're putting yourself in the baseline to be recognized by people. So I think you just mentioned something. Also, Golden Key guys, we have leadership summits where you can travel if you qualify, you know. So
Mm.
just utilize all the resources that are before you and you will succeed,
And
honestly.
for you, in order for you to qualify, is after getting that golden key invite, respond, accept, and then pay that 770 and enjoy all the benefits.
Yes. And I also just want to make you guys aware that Golden Key is an academic association. So I think most people are expecting benefits that are, I don't know, fun or, you know, but Golden Key is strict on academics, it's strict on leadership and service. So
Mm.
if you want to join Golden Key, just be prepared to get benefits that are aligned with the mission of Golden Key, which is academics, leadership, and service. We are prepared to cultivate your leadership abilities. We are prepared to bring you in the forefront of service. Like you can go and serve the community and give give out basically if you want, you know. Because there
Mm.
are some people who want fun things. Golden Key is not fun. Oh, it is, but the mandate of Golden Key.
No, but fun can
The
be
mandate
defined in
of Golden
different
Key.
ways. I'm seeing the fun that you're explaining. It might not necessarily be the fun that the other people think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
No.
It's nice traveling. It's nice communicating with other chapters. I think the Mahikeng chapter was doing that whole pad. I don't know how many kilometers drive. It's
Mm-hmm.
nice also empowering them that hey, imagine now making connections with different chapters. You're putting yourself in a broad spectrum as well. So I think that's what I appreciate mostly with Golden Key. I've also had the opportunity. Ooh, I'm spreading my secrets now. I'm also applying for the MA Bailey bursary. I also applied for the GK scholarships.
And I
Fingers
also
crossed
think
I
that
get it.
now that you have these foundational skills, it's easy for you to apply for more things because now you know that I have the skills, then I can always apply. So I see you from going from this learner who didn't want to run for any leadership position, who didn't have any badges, going into a space where you feel comfortable and you're riding for all these leadership positions, you're just climbing up the ladder, which is something that I also think that it's important to go back to what you mentioned, that it's important to what is called explore your options. I think number two, get involved, make connections. If you want something, make sure that you make the right connections and try to get information on how you get there, because no one is just going to come to you and be like, hey, these are the benefits of Golden Key, be part of Golden Key. But you have to find that information, like, oh, Ayanda here did, going and DMing all the society's leaders, telling them, hey, I want to be involved, how can I get involved? That was hunger there for something good, which has shaped you and made you the Ayanda that we're seeing today. Sitting with the whole president of Golden Key, it's an honor, ma'am.
Oh, wait, and I think the last thing that I wanted to mention is that there are some people who are going through mental problems. Like probably you're being far away from home. You know, there are people who feel like, you know, what's the point? It's too late. I'm doing my final year. You know, it's not too late to put yourself out there. If you're going through mental health issues, Golden Key can help by building or bringing you a sense of family. Because although we are in a team, yes, there will be fights, but you create those genuine connections with people, and especially smart people, you know, in the Golden Key and stuff. But yeah, you just, because I come from Gauteng, and I just came here to Free State. Like, in the first year, I just had that shift from everyone. I felt very isolated. I felt very alone in essence. But joining Golden Key, you make friends. You meet people who call and say, "Hi, Anna, are you okay?" Oh, okay. Listen, I know you're not feeling okay. I'm bringing you KFC right now. So it just helps with that, you know. It also helps with what I just mentioned again. It also helps with building you, like you are molded into a person. Because I mean, you could be busy with alcohol, you could be going out, you could be this, but when you have Golden Key, you have something to keep you busy that is positive, something
And another,
that won't lead you into the incorrect route. You know.
and I also think that when you are part of certain societies, you also have a specific image to protect. So that kind of grounds you to be a wall, I don't know. Yeah, to present yourself in the best way possible. Because wherever you are, people recognize you from your society and are like, no, this is a Golden Key member, you know. So you have that brand also to protect. So you are conscious of how you represent yourself wherever you go. And I do
Definitely.
see
Personal
the
branding is very important. Like, personal branding is very, because when I got to those law firms for vacation work, the first thing they said was, wow, Golden Key president. To me, it wasn't a big deal, you know, because people just know me as Ayanda. When I got there, I was the president of Golden Key. Now I have a certain standard to uphold. So I'm forced to behave like Michelle Obama.
yes, ma'am. Because even if you don't think it's a big deal, which is something I do appreciate you, this person is our leader. This person we look up to. This person we trust, you know, with certain things. So you can't just live life in J. You have to live life with a very proper way of presenting yourself. So I think repeating everything you said would be redundant because you explain it better than anyone can explain it, and I love the fact that you had to change your mindset, which is very important. That you had to fight to be part of that, which is very important, and all the other things that you mentioned. So if there isn't anything from your side or from the viewers, because I'm seeing only people are joining, they're not really asking many questions. Okay, so Amanda asked all her questions and she asked on behalf of everyone who had questions, I believe. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I don't have any questions, you know. Just have a good night, guys. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to DM me or Lula, and we will get to your questions definitely.
Oh, and for those who joined late, I'm going to post the interview on this Saturday at 6 on my YouTube channel, Fort TV. The link is on my bio. As you can see, it's Fort_21, the username. And then that's Yanda. That's how you spell it for Yanda's handle. Thank you. And you look
Thank you.
beautiful.
You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.